Hey Pisces, what's going on? We are here with your reading, what you need to know for February. The first card that we have out is Nine of Pentacles. Starting off the month with, Nine of Pentacles and Ten of Pentacles. Wow, and King of Pentacles. Okay, something looks like it's actually going quite well for you. The feeling that I'm getting from this is starting off the month in a place where you can feel really confident, you can feel confident, you can be feeling really capable, it just feels like being on a high, and it can be in some area of your life that you feel really good about something that's going on here, and it's going to be a feeling that feels very empowering. So it can be maybe something going really well within a relationship, you feeling very capable, maybe something going on with work where you're feeling very capable, maybe something going on with your finances where you're feeling very capable. It's going to be some area of for some of you with your family, it's going to be some area of your life that is feeling very pristine and the picture of what would feel ideal for you. I get the feeling of something going very well. Nice. This can even be a feeling of very much having what you need, not being connected with your sense of abundance. And there being a feeling of being calm about that. Like, I feel like I'm set here. Okay. And things are going along swimmingly. I'm seeing you moving forward into a place that is feeling more settled. This can be a resolution of some sort, and mentally you can be feeling a bit more at ease as well. Like there's a little bit of a journey that you're on here, going somewhere, moving forward. I feel a little bit of a transition that's happening straight away in the beginning of February. You may not know where exactly this is going to take you. It feels like a little bit of an adventure here. So what's on the other side of this? Yeah, I get something about, you know that you're moving forward, but you don't have all of that information yet. I feel like it's going to come when you need it. Like, you know that you're on track. It's just that you're only being given the information that you need. I'm seeing something about reading symbols here. Like, maybe you're going to be scrying. Okay, you're going right towards the Nine of Cups. That's a great thing to see. So even though you can be like, I don't know where exactly this is taking me specifically, generally, you're going in a direction that you want very much. This can be you're following your heart here. You're following the lead of that. This can be a time that you're moving into where as you're making this transition, where you are going to land is somewhere that you'll feel very happy to be overall. I'm hearing good luck. I do feel a sense of accomplishment that's connected with this. Not only are you going towards what you want, but you're finding out more about what you want as well. So I feel like in maybe ideas that you feel very clear about as far as what you want, this can be something that's coming to fruition. And as you're connecting with what you want, it's telling you more about what you want. And so you can even be going into a time where there's a deep reflection that's going on that's connected with your heart, and when you get to that most pure space within it, what it illuminates for you, what that communicates with you, and then what that means. And I'm seeing you be very on track in this way. We have Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, we have Six of Swords, which shows things moving forward. You're not feeling like you're stuck anymore. You're like, hey, I have what I need here. I'm feeling good about this. I'm going right where I want to be going. I feel very firm within that, and I'm also learning more about myself along the way. You can be learning more about your dreams, learning more about your desires, learning more about your wishes, your ideals. So it feels like not only are you going in a direction where you're following your heart, but you're learning even more about what's in there and what that means for you. So it feels like a lot of self-discovery that can be happening. And I also feel like things that you want are materializing as well. I'm seeing the color purple here. I'm seeing something actually very specific. What is this? There's something that's coming through, but I'm just seeing a piece of what this is, and I'm not seeing what else it's connected to. It's like the best way that I can describe this, and I feel like there's more to it than just this. It's this purple thing. It's like why do I feel like it's used for exercise? I don't know that it is, though. This could be a toy or something like that, but it's this purple thing, and you can like manipulate it. You can move it around. It feels like there's something underneath, like maybe a wire or something like that, or a bar, and then over top of it, there's something with purple padding, and you can twist it. I feel maybe like this is maybe something even from childhood. So yeah, maybe there's something going on within the energy that you are manipulating and moving in a way where you can feel like you're becoming more advanced, like able to have more control over things and the movement of energy. It's okay. So the main concept of this thing, because if I'm not getting the rest of the picture of what this thing is, I feel like just the information that I have about it sticks. It's this thing where you can like bend it, right? You can't, there's only so far that it can move. So you can only bend the energy so much, but you can have a really big impact on how the energy bends. So as much as it's not like clay and you can do pretty much whatever you want with it, it has like its own energy. It has like its own properties, okay? And you work with those properties that it has, and you get to manipulate it from there with like respect to and acknowledgement to the properties that it already has. So it feels like being in a given situation where you do have influence, and also it's a co-creation of the nature of the scenario that you're in as well, and that being something that's coming to light here. So this can be something that you're gaining more awareness and more understanding of. I feel too like something is going on, and now something has been secured that allows you to move forward in a direction of what you want, where maybe you weren't able to do that before because you had a job to finish. Like something needed to fully materialize, but in the beginning of February, I'm seeing that thing materialize, and then I feel like this allows you to have what you need to move in the direction, like a desirable direction for yourself. And that's that first week of February. And to describe this feeling of going towards what you want and also learning more about what you want, it feels like knowing that you want to go to point B and you're on the way there over to point B. And once you get over to point B, you're going to become aware that you maybe want to go to point C and point G and point F. It's like all of these things start falling into place where you're understanding more about like the continuation of things. So rather than it just be like, I want to go here and that's it, it feels like not only do I want to go here, but also there are more extensions beyond that I'm becoming aware of and becoming informed about. So it feels like rather than just being one thing, you're aware of one thing and you're going in the direction of that. And it's also going to there are also going to be other things that you learn about and understand. Yeah, some of you have something going on with a role that you play, with work, with something like that. Your sense of purpose can be intertwined in this, where you're going to be like, wow, I'm so capable. That will be the feeling. Feel very, very capable. Accomplished even. Taking steps in the right direction. I get some really important goals that you're working towards and you feel like it's very much adding up. You're also going into the unknown, exploring that. So you're moving forward, you just don't know where exactly that's taking you. As far as specifics, but I'm seeing that it's taking you right up to a door that is opening for you, and it is one that you want. And you will see that when you get over there. And you're learning how to work with your heart space too. So when your heart chakra is communicating with you, you're learning more about how to tune into that, how to listen, and then how to apply that. Okay. So that's the first week of February. We're going to go into the second week now. All right. Second week, you have different things that are on your plate. It can be a game of balance for you. Okay, so you have one thing that you have going on that feels kind of like a staple for you. You have another thing going on, you're looking at it and you're like, what do I do with this? But it feels in a way like it does impact, it's somehow tied with something that's more of a staple within your life. I'm seeing the sun come out, so it feels like there's a lot of energy that's being put into balance, and there can be a focus on adapting and prioritizing. And you can also be saying at this point too, this revolving door of what you want to focus on, where you want to bring your attention and your energy to. And yeah, when it comes to what you want to be focusing on, I feel like this is a time when maybe that's shifting around a bit, or you need to be adaptable, because maybe today you want to be looking at this, maybe tomorrow that thing is catching your attention. And so it feels like there's this thing that's happening where you're figuring out where you want to be putting your energy. And I feel like you have multiple things that are going on here, but all of them feel like, this feels like stuff that you feel good with, you feel happy about this. We have the sun here. So this is stuff that feels joyous to you. So this isn't like, wow, it's a drag, I have to prioritize this and I have to prioritize that and all of these obligations. This feels more so like what do I want to focus on, and what do I feel happy with, and what is feeling inspiring to me, what is energizing to me, and focusing on those things. And I feel like it's not just one thing, it's multiple things. And I feel too like with everything that you have going on, there's the incorporation of whatever it is that's popping up during that second week. So you're doing things that your soul approves of here and wants to be focusing on. I'm seeing this notion of emerging as well that's happening. So maybe things are becoming more clear, becoming more obvious as well. Like just starting to make a lot of sense. Wow, we have the sun and we have the moon together in that second week. Okay, so sun and moon connected with one another, aspecting one another. This is feeling like there are some things in that second week that come into your awareness that you may not have seen before. And this can give you some very, very, very deep insights, especially stuff that you were not totally catching on to before. It's like the veil being ripped away and you're just seeing what's behind that. And so I feel like this is a time of very immense clarity for you, both internal and external. And that can be part of the balance too. Part of what you're navigating in that second week feels like the life on the inside, and then your actions, expressions, and life externally. So there's this balance between inner and outer. And maybe even too where there had been some discrepancies as well, because I'm seeing 7 of Swords on the bottom of the deck. So this can be like where where was I feeling this but then not acting on it? Where was I maybe pushing something down and then not recognizing it? Where was my external approach, my behavior, my action not matching how I was feeling on the inside? So this feels like a balance of coming into greater alignment. I'm hearing the word symphony. But yeah, it could have been stuff that maybe you weren't ready before, you were just missing it for some reason. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles again. Okay. Having Nine of Pentacles both in that first and second week, I get this feeling of being in a position where everything that's coming up to address and to approach, it feels like you can accomplish it and like you can figure out, and it's not giving you too many problems or too many issues. That doesn't mean effort is going to need to be put in. At the same time, you feel like whatever it is that you need to figure these things out, you have it. And so there's a feeling of confidence that comes with this too. And like even a feeling of security and like things are all right. I'm hearing migrating. So you're in a transition right now where when you come out on the other side of this, even maybe going through it, this is teaching you more about autonomy and your independence. And it's more about cultivating the things that you want so you get to enjoy things and so they can be yours. So right now you're in the process of going through a transition because I am seeing the Death card. This also means too that your priorities can be majorly shifting, and it feels like it's because of this awareness that's coming about of the internal-external relationship. And this can be going from an external to an internal locus of control here. The most challenging part is fully allowing things to come into your awareness, acknowledging them, integrating, and applying. Because there may be some really big changes that this is asking of you, and to even discontinue certain things. And there can be a part of you that feels a bit hesitant about this because you're going to need to be flexible here. And maybe there's a part of you that doesn't want to be. And for some of you, I'm seeing Scorpio coming out here. For those of you that, Pisces, for those of you that you have Scorpio placements, Scorpio is a fixed sign, and fixed signs like to keep doing what they've been doing. So it can indicate this part of you where there's going to need to be a rearranging, and there's going to need to be a reprioritizing and like revaluing and re-engaging. And because of that, it means some things are going to be changing, but there can be a part of you that you recognize you feel resistance to that, but it's all for your benefit. This is also things can be even better. It's going to allow you to enjoy things more fully and to have the things that you need and the experience that you want to be having. So that's what this is about. And I think it's about recognizing that too. Like, it can be a little pain now, a little suffering now, a little uncomfortable now for things to be amazing later on, and needing to recognize and acknowledge that this is all for your benefit. Because if there's a part of you that's like, I don't want to let this go, or I don't want to change this, even though it's becoming obvious and apparent, like you're having these important epiphanies that are going on, if you're willing to acknowledge them and integrate them, things are just going to keep getting better. But if you're looking at it and you're like, I don't want to, it can be a time where this feels like more of a battle to be moving through. And right now it feels like you're becoming aware of things, and you have the opportunity to incorporate them and allow for necessary change. And this can be some big psychological changes that are happening too as you are evolving. If you are super resistant to the things that are coming about, it's like you can either recognize this now and concede, or this can be like surrender to what's going on here, or you can resist it and it's going to get heavier and heavier and heavier, and at that point it can be a lot more rough to have to go through that process. You're going to go through it regardless. You get to choose whether you go with the flow of it or you sort of get pushed downstream here. So just acknowledge that, recognize that, because it feels like you have the choice now where this doesn't have to be as like drastic and severe. Even though it can feel like a big deal, it can be a little bit of an easier transition versus really resisting this and then like the wave just like crashing over your head, which doesn't need to happen. It also feels too like the ending of some things brings to light other things that had not fully been realized or understood yet. So you can say, I'm navigating through a transitionary time right now. It was hard for me to see these things before, but now there's a lot of stuff coming to light and I haven't even seen half of it yet. And there's this connection that's being made between the sun and the moon here. This relationship that's being developed that maybe you had barred off before. You know, maybe you were having certain experiences and you were like, this is just too much to feel, or like I need to bury this somehow. And there was like a little bit of a disconnect that happened there. This feels like strengthening that connection between the moon and the sun. We have the 10 of Pentacles again, 9 of Pentacles and 10 of Pentacles. So I would definitely say that there is this feeling of you going into a time where things are going to feel very, very solid. For some of you, this can be financially. I'm hearing study. I'm also hearing understudy. Some of you can be studying something. I'm seeing the Hierophant be there, studying for something even. This can also be about emotional stability as well, and you being in a position where you feel like the type of experience that you want to have as far as like how things feel within your life, that's also something that's being worked on here and developing that you're seeing come to fruition. Now, what is the challenge between where you were, where you are, and your 10 of Pentacles? It feels like surrendering to what you need to surrender to here. Transitioning and adapting. So if you are willing to open your mind here, if you are willing to open up to the changes that are being asked of you, and it's like you asking yourself here, your higher self saying, if this is something that you're willing to do, I will give you everything that you want, everything that you need, everything that you really crave to experience, that you can enjoy. This is what it will hand you. You just have to be willing to surrender to the changes and the shifts that are going on, that it feels like you're well aware of now, and there's power within that. So I'm seeing all of this come up within that second week. Okay, I am going to cut the reading here and I'm going to do a second part for you guys. It's going to all come out on the same day. I need to blow my nose right now. So I'm going to cut the reading here and I will do your second part. The second part is going to be that 3rd and 4th week of February. So this is the first half of February. I will do the 3rd and the 4th week in the next video.